You're in tune to Owl of Lives. www.owloflives.net.
You can't handle the truth!
Hello everyone and welcome to the Out of Lives podcast. I'm your host Adam and this week I am joined by Dave.
That was much better. As in that intro, it had heart.
Good, I'm glad you liked it.
Yep.
And the other voice that you can hear, listeners, is Lauren.
Hiya.
Who joins us this week instead of Meta because he got pulled into a last minute meeting. And so,
Who has last minute meetings in the middle of the night?
Meta does.
Yeah.
He has last minute meetings.
Isn't he a PE teacher?
Yeah, well, basically he get pulled into a meeting at 5 o'clock instead of going home. So that's delayed everything out.
I let him off. For a second there, I had sort of like images of him in the head teacher's office discussing basketballs or something.
Is anyone else just imagining wearing like a polo shirt and really crap shorts or kappa trackies that would unbutton up the side and a whistle? Because every time someone mentions a PE teacher, that's the image I get. So just me.
Yeah.
Why do they button up the
Listen,
side?
do you not remember those tracksuit bottoms, the kappas, and you can go wah and open them from the sides? No?
Quick
Is
access.
that just a Europe thing?
Are you sure that's not what strippers are?
Listen, Dave knows what I'm talking about. You missed it. You're clearly too young.
PE teachers, Adam, don't get paid a lot, so he's obviously moonlighting as a stripper.
As a stripper. Sorry, mate.
Oh, so there wasn't a meeting at all? I see how
Exactly.
it
A
is.
meeting is a euphemism for
He's down the Bam
ripping
Chicka
off
Wow
those
Wow club.
kappas.
Alright, let's move on to our first talking point, which it will have failed to escape pretty much everyone's notice that the Super Bowl happened.
It failed to go on my radar because it was my birthday on the day of the Super Bowl, so there was none.
Alright, we'll give you a free pat. Unless it was your birthday, you will not have failed to notice the fact that the Super Bowl happened because everyone talks about it, even though American football is terrible.
Agree.
But it does give us a great opportunity for trailers and things, and there's been a smorgasbord dropped this year, as per usual, so we're going to have a quick rundown of all of them. Well, I say quick, it's probably going to take half the episode.
We're not going to go for all of them either, let's be honest. Because some of them I can give two fucks about, and I'm sure other people can't.
Well, Stranger Things 2 is probably the most exciting thing on there.
Let's save that one for last then, so that we don't disappoint everyone with the ones leading up to it. So, first one that I liked, Ghost in the Shell. Has everyone seen these trailers before we start?
Yeah, I saw this one when I went and seen Rogue One, and I'm already bored of Ghost in the Shell because I'm sick of Scarlett Johansson and her typecasting now as this the badass bitch thing. I'm so over it. It's unreal. So it's kind of put me off immediately, I think, because it's her. I don't know why. I used to really like her, but
She's perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect casting for it as well.
I know, but I don't know why, but I think it's just because everything I've seen her in recently, she's played the same kind of character, and I'm just like, oh, Gary, really?
I completely, I get what you mean, like, because she was in Lucy as well, and she was a bit of a, the badass character, and then she's, obviously, in the Marvel Universe, she's Black Widow, who's, clearly only there for, boobs and bum.
Aesthetic.
What good is Black Widow when you've got the Hulk and Thor in it? Like, she's bringing to the table a couple of guns, but it's fine because she's got tight trousers, so that's okay.
I mean, that's a different conversation, but yes.
She's basically the female version of Liam Neeson.
Yeah, no, and it's like Keanu Reeves as well. Like, moving on to one of that John Wick chapter 2, it's the same guy. It's just so repetitive. I mean, the exception being Hugh Jackman, because Hugh Jackman can play whoever the fuck he wants, but I don't know. I'm not sold. As much as I did enjoy the premise of the trailer for Ghost in the Shell, and as much as I've not read the manga, obviously, but...
Have you seen because it was an animated movie as well when it was an anime, not an animated movie. God, I sound old.
Say that again, sorry?
Did you get to see the animated movie before?
No.
No. That's really good. You should definitely watch that.
I should. You're probably right.
And I think if you watch that, you might be a little bit more excited because, like, the story and the concept's amazing. Like, the trailers are pretty cool. But yeah, I agree with you though. It does look a bit. I'm just hoping it's not too over the top.
Yeah.
Like, I just want a really cool sci-fi film. I don't want it to focus solely on the fact that they've got her. I would rather it unknown.
Yeah, that I think that's kind of why it annoys me so much. If it's somebody a bit more unknown, you might be able to enjoy the rest of the film, whereas some people, well, I'm automatically turned off because it's her, so I might enjoy it a bit less. I mean, I probably wouldn't, but I kind of know what you mean. I agree, basically. The short there.
Adam?
I'm looking forward to it.
Hmm.
I like the original anime, so
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. I haven't even watched the trailer because I know I'm gonna go see it anyway. So
you've not seen any footage at all?
Well, I've seen some of it, just in the sheer fact that it's really difficult to avoid everything all the time. I tend to catch things, or they show a trailer at the start of a movie I'm going to see, and you're like, bollocks.
It looks like some of the effects that are in the trailers look pretty interesting, like the whole Spider Woman thing. That was pretty cool, and the fact that half her face was missing in one scene, that was pretty cool. So I'm pretty hyped, even if it is.
Yeah, I like the idea of this whole stolen life thing. Is it actually a stolen life? Is it not? Because obviously I don't really know the premise of the story. That's quite intriguing, just from a purely sci-fi whatever else way. So I'm into that. I'll watch it probably on this better.
Well, one film that we're all going to watch and love because we're not crazy. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 got a extended trailer. Quite a lot of new footage in it. It looks like we've got a bigger roster as well. Like, I know we've seen all these characters in the previous film, except for Mantis, but like they've become part of the team now, which I thought was pretty cool. Like, we've got Michael Rooker's Is it Yontu? Yonta? Yonti?
Yeah, I didn't really know.
Yondu.
That guy.
Got there in the end.
I was just
waiting to see
it.
If I hadn't got it then, it would have been Yoda next.
Oh dear. Oh no.
You're like, no, wrong franchise, wrong
one.
Those pitchforks from last week will be coming back out again. It'll be like, for fuck's sake.
See, the thing that's burning me regarding the Galaxy 2 is I am not the biggest Chris Pratt fan, because he reminds me of someone I know, and the guy is, a Pratt. So, he just a
Not Chris Pratt, just
a Pratt. But I did like it. I mean, I do like it, and obviously they're getting the Telltale game coming out for that, so I'm on board with both, really. Plus, Baby Groot looks super sweet. Like, I can't not like Baby Groot. So.
Well, I agree. Baby Groot looks really cool in that, but like, there's a lot of him in the trailer, and I'm just hoping that they're not going to do it to death.
Yeah, it could be. It's either going to be really, really good, like the way Toy Story 2 is a really, really good sequel, or it's going to be absolute balls. There's no middle ground.
Yeah, I think
I know
like,
the original plan was to have Groot be full size again, and John Gunn was convinced to have Baby Groot in it because everyone loved the end credits and all that with Baby Groot dancing and stuff. So they decided to keep it as Groot still as a baby, so I don't know how that's affected the storyline.
I'm hoping it's just for this one film, because I do think Baby Groot will get old really quick.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just this trailer and the way it's cut, but it seems to be trying to be too much of a comedy. Like, the first film is really funny, and it's my favourite of the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But I liked it because it was, your sci-fi film first with some funny bits. I don't want this to be a sci-fi comedy, out and out, if that makes sense.
See, I don't want it to be this big crazy laugh a minute thing, because then it gets overdone, and I think that's what it's at risk of becoming, because that's, again, going back to typecasting, that's kind of what Chris Pratt been put into now, is the edgy, goofy, lovable, funny guy, and you're kind of like, no. I don't want it to be not too funny. Like, some of them I get bored because they're so super serious, but then.
Yeah, well, the first one had that perfect mix. I'm just hoping they managed to get that again for this one.
Yeah.
We can only hope that it's not a disaster, because I really enjoyed the first one, so I don't want it to be
Shit.
crap.
And then we got.
I want. I was going to say I want them to do another one and have Teenage Groot.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yes,
You're ruining it now. Settle down.
Like, he's got like a leaf comb over, sort of over his eyes.
A leaf comb over.
You know what I mean?
Or like doing an emo
It's
fringe,
very
because I just went right to Donald Trump comb over there, and I was like, right, we've just
I
completely
meant
bypassed
like
this
the
into something
emo
else.
fringe.
Yeah.
I don't know what you call those. But as a leaf, he just sort of shakes it every other line. Like, I could see that.
Oh, I am Groot. Yeah. You're just like, right, okay.
It just refuses to do what
Exactly.
He's a teenager and they don't do that.
I am Groot. That's what I was like.
Right. Anyway, John Wick Chapter 2. It looks like an action film. I haven't seen John Wick 1, so I can't comment.
No.
It's pretty well loved, though. So
What was that? Sorry, I missed that.
John
John
Wick 2.
Yeah, John Wick, the first one, it's basically the guys that did the stunt team from The Matrix.
Of course it was.
You know,
Who else was going to be? It's Big Kanye.
They actually came up with all of this stuff, like years and years ago, with Keanu Reeves in mind for doing it after working with them in The Matrix, and it's only now that they've actually managed to go away and make their own films.
Joe, I don't know why there, but
Actually
my
put
mind
this
went
into
to thought
practice.
you were saying Kanye West, and I was just like, Kanye West is in it.
Would you
No,
be more
can-
inclined
can
to watch
you
the
read-
movie? if that
Can
was
you
the case?
take it?
No, but it's there's not much more to it than it's just a really good action film with what they call it gun fu, where he's doing like kung fu kind of style stuff, but with
Gun fu.
they with the gun where he shoots
That
people
is
while he's
the
doing it and all
worst
that.
phrase of 2017 so far. Gun fu.
Well, it was 2050. When did the first one?
Listen,
come out? That's
you've
the thing.
reintroduced it back into circulation, so it's the worst
Well,
again.
that's what they called it, because it's not a traditional like martial art or
Uh-huh.
anything like that. It's something that they kind of came up with themselves to do, and it looks really, really good on screen. Like the set piece moves and all that are brilliant. The stunts that they do, so it's a good watch. If there's not much else to it, but that's
Fair enough.
what it's for.
I
So
will
it's
get
the kind of
round
thing
to
if you
it.
Yeah, if you want a good action film, well, there's your perfect choice, because it's going to be great anyway for that.
Okay. I'd argue that Logan will be far more actionable.
We did get a Logan trailer, didn't we? I don't need to say anymore. I'm going to see that as soon as it comes out.
I just want to see Patrick Stewart with Fantasy's face. It's a finish the next game again. So I don't know what to do now. You see problems.
Yeah, that man, like, even though he's supposed to be even older in this film, still looks like Patrick Stewart from 20 years ago or 10 years ago.
Aye.
Isn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty hyped for Logan anyway, so I didn't need to say it anymore.
Yeah, I don't think there's much left to really talk about with it. I think it's been kind of floating on. I mean, it's close enough to its release date, isn't it? So,
Yeah,
Yes.
it's next month.
yeah.
March
Listen,
3rd.
I noticed there was one thing I wanted to say that wasn't in the Super Bowl trailer I was surprised about, given it was the preview weekend, was the Lego Batman movie. Are we hyped? Are we on board for Lego Batman?
I think we've got a Lego
Yeah.
Batman review going up tomorrow on the website.
Good.
Well,
I just
I'll
wanted to
plug
double
that
check
quickly.
because I felt
Um,
like there's not enough chat going about Lego Batman. In my opinion.
No, I can't wait. I love Lego Movie. I love Batman. It can't go wrong, surely.
I loved Batman in the Lego movie, which just
I just love fucking Batman, right? Like, there's just there's a line.
I like the fact that the Lego movie had license to take Batman and making him a complete arsehole.
I love
Have
it
you
though.
seen the,
He's an absolute dick the whole way through the film, and I absolutely love
Yeah, I absolutely love Arsehole Batman. He's the best.
Have you seen the sort of preview they've done where it's like cribs?
Yes,
Basically.
and it's like that. What is he calls the Batcave, but he doesn't call it the Batcave.
I can't remember off the top
It's
of my
like,
head,
oh,
but it really had
there's
me
Dr.
chuckling.
Stormbringer. I love Dr. Stormbringer.
Because obviously Bruce Wayne is his flatmate.
Yeah,
That bit was quite funny. I really like that. I'm pretty hyped for that movie, yeah.
and yeah, right, that's fine.
There was a couple of other trailers that I just don't care about. And one of the big ones that I really don't care about, Pirates of the Caribbean. Was it 5 now?
I'm actually looking forward to that. I didn't watch 4, but something about that. I don't know if it's because Johnny Cash in it. I don't know if it's because, Johnny Depp's covered in mud, but I don't know, it's caught my eye. It really has. I can't put my finger on it, but I'm just kind of like, hyped.
Yeah. I've never gave a toss about any of them.
Yeah,
So
I saw the first one. I like the
absolutely no
first one.
interest.
The first two were really good.
I've seen them all, but I can't remember the 2, 3, and 4 at all. Something about someone's heart in a chest, and then there was
Davy Jones.
and then there was like a bunch of pirates that looked a bit like Johnny Depp, and then there was whirlpools and krakens, and I just don't care. And this doesn't look any different. Like that could have been a trailer for the 4th one, for all I know. But I don't like Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp's crying now into his mud, whatever he was wearing in the trailer, so well done.
I just don't like Johnny Depp. That's why I'm not interested.
Oh,
I read something the other day that he'd spend 40 grand a month on wine, which, I mean, is an aspiration and also a problem, I suppose, depending on your outlook in life, but...
I do like that, that he's suing his accountants or whatever because they've ruined him financially and they've turned around and went, no, we didn't. What you spent your money on makes you a complete tool. That's not.
You kind of spent all your money, yeah.
Anyway, the
What,
big
spent
ticket
40 grand on wine. Go for it.
I wish.
Don't even like wine. The big ticket item, though, as we said previously, Stranger Things Season 2. We got it was only a teaser trailer and a Halloween date, but my balls shriveled up when that came on.
I'm so excited for Stranger Things 2 because I thought Stranger Things was incredible. I really did love it. And hearing the music again, I was going, I was very excited as I watched that.
I haven't watched season 1 of Stranger Things.
Why?
But I'm looking at like the image as the background for the trailer before you click play. Does it cross over with the Ghostbusters?
Because it's Halloween, they're dressing up as the Ghostbusters for Halloween because it's set as it's meant to be in the 80s.
Right,
so.
okay.
And you don't get
with you.
more 80s in the Ghostbusters, really, do you? For sort of pop culture, here's the Ghostbusters, perfect.
It's instantly recognisable.
That's why
I was sitting looking at it going, what the
Hurry up and get it watched because it's you've played enough games that you'll understand the sci-fi premise. My sister watched it, and we're twins, and she's like, "Oh, I really didn't enjoy it. I didn't get it." But I think if you've played Mass Effect 2, especially the Jack storyline, if you've played Beyond Two Souls, and generally watched any sci-fi, you'll get the premise, and you'll be like, "Oh, I'm so sold on everything on it."
I hope that's not a Mass Effect 2 spoiler, because I've only just started playing.
What?
Like, Mass Effect 2. Like,
where have you been for about a decade? You've only just started playing Mass Effect 2 now. I mean, well done to get playing it, but for fuck's sake.
I literally done the mission today where you pick Jack up, so like, now I'm thinking, oh great, she's going to be a
Right, I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but if you...
She's going to cause problems in the future.
No, it's not so much problems, but it'll make... If you've seen Stranger Things, a lot of things with a living, you'll go Jack immediately. So, keep playing. Enjoy. Finish it in time for March 23rd, because...
Yeah, that's my goal. I've got to get 2 and 3 done. I've done the first one, it's just 2 more to go.
And it's going to be a roller coaster, and I'll be there for you when you cry at the very end.
2 is massively better than the first one.
Oh god, yeah. I mean, the story for Mass Effect 1 is great, but Mass Effect 2 handles and everything far better than then when you have Mass Effect 3, it's quality gaming. I mean, that was my 2012 to 14 in a nutshell. Basically. Anyway, I digress. The music for Stranger Things to say as well also sounds a bit Mass Effect, and that's all I'll say.
So yeah, anyway, Stranger Things 2. Adam, get on Stranger Things 1, but this is coming Halloween, and Netflix normally drops their series on a Friday, and the nearest Friday to Halloween's the 27th, so I'm putting my bets down that's when it's coming. Friday 27th of October. It's quite far away.
Listen, we're all old now, time's go flying, and we're going to be sitting laughing as we talk about it, we'll be at face. Ha 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 ha.
I'll be married when that comes out.
Well, laughing at how wrong Dave is in the middle of June when it does actually.
Oh, Dave! Why did you do this?
It says Halloween in the trailer, Adam.
You've watched the trailer.
Yeah, and what's season 1? Fuck's
I
sake.
know, God, I mean, I know Dave's bad only just getting Mass Effect 2 now, but for God's sake, get on the hype train for Stranger Things, Adam. There's no excuse.
It's like, what, 10 episodes?
Yeah, if that.
As if you've got...
busy. I've
What?
been busy
You
playing
could-
Witcher 3.
Listen, I'll allow that. That's an excuse you know I'll let. but
Take
still.
10 hours out of your 400-hour gameplay and go and play...
Listen,
fucking-
Joe, I checked my Witcher the other day, 416 hours. 416, and I've still got shit left to do in bottom line. I mean, silly shit. Got stuff left.
I haven't even started
It's a
on a
good
wine
game.
yet.
We're really off topic.
I don't, I'm sorry we've come round full circle, but Stranger Things, Mass Effect 2, get it done. Like, short-term goals.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
pretty much the best trailers from the Super Bowl. There was a load of others, but that'll do.
I'm interested in The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood, but I mean, that's me just being me. So I'll just leave that one to the side.
I watched that trailer, but I don't know anything about like the background to it or anything.
It's-
So the trailer seemed kind of interesting, but I don't know anything else about
You
it.
should probably watch it. I don't know, go to the cinema and see it, but when it comes out, definitely sit and watch it because she's very good, so anyway.
I think it's a series though, isn't it?
I think so, if
Not
I
a
remember
movie?
correctly.
Yeah. I'll probably check it out when it comes out, but yeah, just one of them, innit?
Mm-hmm.
Right, Adam, back to the studio.
Yes. So another trailer, but not from the Super Bowl, dropped in the middle of last week, I think it was, which is for Ace Combat 7, which we finally have a proper name for, because it's Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown, and they dropped a proper trailer this time and not just a 30-second kind of teaser thing for it, which I have to say is looking good.
Initial thought, I thought it was Geralt flying a plane, much like how Neo was Geralt being a ninja, so I'm already saying, you got a grey hair, and it's fine.
Yeah. So a wee bit of context for people. Ace Combat 6 is one of my favourite games from the 360 generation. And then after that came out, there was another one I can't remember the name of, and then they said that one didn't do so well, so then they said, right, that's enough. We'll just we're going to make like an MMO style free-to-play game, and then that'll be Ace Combat forever now. So I was really disappointed with that because, well, that's just not the point.
Wait. What, an MMO about planes?
Yeah, well, they made a like free-to-play style game. It might not have been an MMO, I can't remember. It was a while ago.
I could just sort of, for some reason, I could see loads of like planes hovering around a quest-giving plane.
Needless to say, I didn't play it because
Yeah.
the whole point with the Ace Combat games was, part of it was the story that was really good. Playing through the actual campaign missions and all that. So when I was really disappointed that they were moving away from that, and then obviously, then they announced Ace Combat 7 was coming. So I was really pleased, and the trailer confirmed for me what I was wanting out of it, which is they're actually making a proper. Here's an actual story campaign and all that. They're actually giving it a full, the proper treatment, just like 6 was, which I'm looking forward to actually getting stuck into again.
What is the actual point of the game, though? I mean, it looks really good, don't get me wrong, it does look quite stunning, but what is the point?
Is it like a grown-up Star Fox?
Basically, you're a fighter pilot, and then a war breaks out, and then you take part as a fighter pilot, and then you'll do different missions and things where you'll be doing air-to-air combat, and then you'll have like ground targets to attack and stuff like that, and you'll be helping your side achieve objectives and stuff, and then complete missions.
Right.
Then it'll slowly progress the story forward, through kind of each level.
Is it on
as you go
rails?
along. So it's pretty good.
Is it on rails? Or is it like free roam? Can you just
It's
go
free,
anywhere?
it's free roam. You'll have a level, and it'll be a pretty big area that you'll have to run about in or fly
So
about in.
it's not going to be an open world plane game, like rather the horse.
It's not going to be open world completely, but you'll have like, this is the level, and here is the objectives that you have to complete and stuff like that, and you basically get free reign to complete them however you want. you know, there'll be some
Okay.
kind of time restrictions and stuff like that, depending on, you know, what the missions are and stuff like that. But it's really interesting and it's really good fun as well, which is the main thing with those kind of games. And there's not anything else really like it. Ace Combat.
Yeah, no, I can't think of any other playing games, like games that are solely based on air hunting. Like, we've obviously got Battlefield and that, and whatever, you can have like a mission with a helicopter or a plane, but for some reason my mind keeps going to Pixar's planes, which is, I mean, shocking to say the least, but no, it did look great. I have to admit, having never heard of it, I was quite excited for it.
And they're saying it's to be released this year, but they've not given a date. And they haven't shown any gameplay of it yet. It's only CGI kind of trailers.
Oh, right.
So I'm hoping that we'll see that at E3. That'll be the first, like, here's actual gameplay to kind of show you what it is. Because so that trailer that was just released is only CGI. You know, kind of story-based trailer, which is good. But the other important thing about the Ace Combat 7 thing is it's actually 20 years since the original came out on PS1. So
20 years, so it's a 20-year anniversary or something.
Yeah.
Does that make you feel old, Adam?
20 years is a long time for a series to run.
What, like Final Fantasy 7? Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that Final Fantasy is a series that's ran even longer.
Oh, right. It makes me feel like I was thinking to myself, I was like, is it 20 years since I got my PlayStation? But next year it'll be 20 years since I first got PS1. And it makes me sick. It's disgusting to think I'm that old. But no, it's... I mean, I forgot to say to you before we started this as well, the likes of the Insane trilogy will be coming out with those, the first three Crash Bandicoots are going to do a remake of as well as they're doing for Final Fantasy 7, and to think that we saw those games come out, we remember the adverts, we remember the hype, well, you know what, Adam, but I remember the hype for the PlayStation 1 coming out, and then everything else for it, and it's insane to think that there's going to be hype, all these new players going, oh, Crash Bandicoot, haha. My big sister, big brother played that. It's like, I literally still own it. I still have that in the demo win disc at home with my PlayStation that still works.
Yeah. I don't remember the surrounding hype and stuff like that, but I did play PS1. That was one of my first things. Playing Crash Bandicoot actually on the PS1 was something I used to do with my gran.
I did it with my dad. I completed everything right from 1 to Crash Bash. I did all of them. I did with my dad. I think that's why I never got into Final Fantasy or Metal Gear Solid, but that was a nice one. So my dad, I thought he went a few it and I wouldn't like them, and I was like, go on, I'm 50, I was in the Final Fantasy 15 now, get it. But it's scary to, I do remember, I try to remember asking for the PlayStation for the Christmas, I remember specifically saying, can I get that over the N64, and getting Crash, Croc, and Push Challenge was my first game, so.
Oh,
Croc.
There's
Croc
a
was
blast
so
from the
good.
past.
It's so good. Croc 2 was a bit, but Croc 1 was great, and Spyro as well. I wish we would do a Spyro remake, and actually we got away with an actual Spyro remake.
No,
Who knows,
you want what they've done with Crash Bandicoot with Spyro.
Exactly.
Give us the first three.
I wouldn't be surprised if Crash Bandicoot, sort of the re-releases or remakes or whatever come out, and if they're popular, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw sort of the Spyro trilogy redone, to be honest.
Of course they're going to be popular. I mean, I'm going to buy it. I don't know who wouldn't buy them just for the
I'm definitely buying
nostalgia.
that's a guarantee.
Captain Warp is one of my favourite games. Like, I don't know how many times I played through it. Right on that Tiger of the Chain of Rose, and I think that other kind of levels with the Coco.
Fun fact, that was the first game I had for my PS1.
Aww,
Was Warped 3.
Yes.
Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped.
that's beautiful.
My first one was Rayman.
Nice. Rayman is solid. Rayman is still solid. Rayman 2 is good.
Yeah, it's good.
Rayman 2 is good. I had a Spice Girls game. This is shit. You walked around in the globe and you had to memorise dance moves on the keypad and then do a final concert and play them all out. It's very fulfilling.
Anyway, which talking point are we on? Did we fully transition, or are we just talking games that we used
Well,
to have?
it's Final Fantasy VII years, and it's been 20 years as well for Ace Combat, so it kind of started from there, really. So I suppose remake.
It's a good kind of. It's something that I think it'll be a recurring theme on the podcast moving forward. Is we hit a load of these kind of anniversaries and stuff, things that are 20 years old or whatever. Or things being re-released and all that. It's going to dredge up the nostalgia.
So was it?
We're all going to bask in its glory, and it's going to be great.
I'm so old. That's all I have to say.
You're not that much older than
I
me.
mean,
That's...
I'm not, but I feel you can see the way I'm
to be fair, I forget what age I am.
What age are you? 22?
That's I'm only 23 and I can't remember.
Oh, you're practically a boy. It's fine.
But yeah, so 20 years. Ace Combat's been running 20 years now, which is good going. Obviously, there's been more than 7 games. They've had non-numbered, spin-off ones or one-offs and things like that over the years as well. So
There's a 3DS one, isn't there?
yeah, there's been a lot of games over the years in Ace Combat, and as I said, it's pretty unique. It's not like Call of Duty and things like that, where there's about 1,000 different games that are basically the same, all competing to be the best. Ace Combat sits kind of on its own, doing its own thing, and it's good. I'm looking forward to it, and it'll be in VR, which will be great.
I'm
that
still
might
not
be
on the VR
fun.
train. I've got my
That would
camera,
sound
but-
like it would make me sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably going to make me sick as well, but I'm looking forward.
I mean, someone picked me up and spammed me the other day, and I swear there was like a G-Force in it, and I had to lie down for a few minutes. I don't know how I was handling the VR.
But just in the middle of the street.
Just man down.
When I was at EGX and I tried VR for the first time, after I finished, I had to literally go and have a lay down at the Twitch
God
booth.
bless.
They had couches. I lay down and then
You had to lay down in the
Oh,
Twitch booth.
God.
Does that mean you're just in like one of these random live streams?
You can
Lying on
probably
the
see me
floor
in the
like,
back.
no.
in a cold sweat. I had to. I dug through my bag and found some motion sickness tablets and took them as well.
Like, imagine you on your back like a turtle just rolling, just like, oh. Not very good.
I played Rigs. It was awful.
I can just imagine them doing like a walk around of EGX and coming back to their own booth and then going, and this man has clearly not had a good experience of VR.
Kill me.
Moving on to our next topic, or talking point, which we touched on with Final Fantasy. Lauren, you wanted to talk a wee bit about Final Fantasy 15.
Oh, I can talk about it for days, Adam. Final Fantasy 15.
Well, don't. But
It's,
so
You've got
kind of
5
condense it
minutes.
down to
I'm condensed,
5-10 minutes max.
Right, so I know a lot of people are saying they're comparing Final Fantasy 15 to Final Fantasy 7 for various different reasons, like saying part of it's too busy, there's too much going on, you can't find your direction, all the rest of it. And to those people, I say that's been garbage. Final Fantasy 15 for me really was my game of the year. I've never played any Final Fantasies, as I've said, and I jumped on the hype train like almost with the No Man's Sky and with Final Fantasy 15, and it's phenomenal. And the way it looks, the way it sounds. I know people say like, you have to watch it in the Japanese way, but I don't speak Japanese, and then you voice actors are good enough for me, and Ignis with his sarcasm, his jokes, his cooking, he's the best boy. But it's great. It's hilarious. The combat, it's convincing enough that you think it's like The Witcher and you're doing all this, that, and the next thing, but it is timed. You can slow time right down if you want to be really tactical. I was kind of balls deep into it, to be fair. And don't really think about it, but there's so much to do. Like, I spend probably about 25 hours doing side quests alone, and some of them are fetch quests, some of them are hunts, some of them are just random ones that you get suddenly 1,000 XP for helping someone to save you road. And as well, it's kind of like Oblivion, where you have to take the way to sleep to level up. So I'll accumulate all my XP, go to one of the highest, you go to hotels or you can camp or whatever else, and you get maybe double XP, whatever. So you can go from level 18 to level 38 and a half, and you can just accumulate and go to the right place to level up. But I've just arrived, not long arrived in Altissia. So Luna is quite nearby, and the story's starting to get a bit darker and a bit deeper. I've not watched Kingsglaive yet, so some of it's still a bit lost on me. But
Kingsglaive is pretty good actually.
yeah,
Like,
I don't want to
it's
spoil it for
fantastic to
myself
watch.
because obviously I don't. Some of the characters I still don't know the names of, so but I know if I watch that, it'll kind of spoil whoever it is for me. Whereas I'm enjoying kind of being like, oh, who's this? And the guy who good? I don't know yet, so I don't know whether it's finish it.
I wouldn't say it would actually.
Well,
I think
no.
you could watch it and be fine.
Oh, okay. I think I'm far enough on it.
Because
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, Kingsglaive focuses in really on just what happens in the Crown City.
Uh-huh.
yeah, you only see Noctis and his cronies for like the last 2 minutes
Oh,
or
right,
something
okay.
like that.
I think early on, some of the same things spoil a wee bit. I think, as I say, I'm like 50 or anything.
I would. It's the complete honesty. I think if you're gonna if you haven't started playing Final Fantasy 15, I would recommend watching that first. To be honest, because as soon as I watched that and then started, I knew what was what.
See, again, it was like The Witcher all over again. I started playing it and I was like, it feels like somebody else's game. I just loaded up and started kind of pattering around, like, oh, what we're doing. But it's great. It's so good. I can't actually stop playing it. Despite having taken also Infinite Warfare and just waiting for it to jump in. Man, I'm just taking that this in the wings.
Would you like now because you said it's your first Final Fantasy, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So would you now like want to go and play any of the other ones?
Do I want to play the other ones?
Yeah, like, are you gonna finish 15 and that be it, or?
Well, that's the thing, because I've still got my original PlayStation still works. I was thinking about buying Final Fantasy 7 and a few other ones for the PlayStation 1 and playing them through first if the remake comes out in the year, but obviously I've only got 2 now knowing that and the other ones, then I'll have no time to play ever again.
Well, 7's overrated, so if you have to pick one, don't play that one.
What, number 7?
I think it's good, but
Someone told
there's
me to
so
play
much
9,
better ones.
and 10.
9, I love
They were
9.
my favourites, but I don't know anything about them. I could really go on what everyone says, to be perfectly honest.
9's really good, but if you're going to play any of them, I think 6.
Which one, sorry?
6. 6 is really good. 6 has got a really good storyline to it.
Okay.
So yeah, that's one. You can get it on PSP or Vita if you played that. If you've got one of them, which
I don't have either
ideal.
of those. As I said, I can probably find it on TV.
I'm pretty sure you can get 6 on the PS1. I think it was a SNES game as well, but I can't really remember off the top of my head. Yeah, that's 7's just it's got this cult following, but the story's really good, but it's ugly. It's an ugly game. Like the sprites and the characters are just
It won't
hideous.
be when they do the remake.
Well, so
Well, that's true. That's very
The
true.
remake of Final Fantasy VII will be the best.
Yeah, well, like I said, the story in Final Fantasy VII is brilliant. Like, it's really engaging. And it's the first game I ever played where I felt like, you know, the twists and turns of the story were like, oh my god, like I need to go and think about this for an hour or two before carrying on. Doesn't happen in Crash Bandicoot.
No, it definitely doesn't happen in Crash Bandicoot.
sorry,
There's no
I
story.
really had
The
to
only-
think for a
the only
second
twist
there
in
about what
Crash
was happening.
Bandicoot is when you hit square.
Listen, the best thing in Crash Bandicoot is riding the hogs, and then the pole bear, and then the tigers, and that over. That's the best thing about Crash Bandicoot.
I used to hate those when I was a kid.
Honestly.
Yes,
Suddenly
so-
going at like 3 times the speed totally ruined it for me. You're like, ah!
I know, it's the reaction time.
Yeah, I did not have good reaction time back then.
Is that?
I did better than my gran. I did better than my gran, who used to fall in the hole like every time. But anyway, any other thoughts on Final Fantasy, guys?
Just play Final Fantasy
15 in
15 if you've
particular.
not played it. Like, get it. Just do it.
Yeah,
It's great.
I'd say as well, as someone who's never played any of them either, I didn't struggle getting into 15. Watch Kingsglaive, definitely. It's really, really good.
Share your screenshots,
it's-
because it's such a social game. Like, everybody shares a screenshot, and fair enough, we're all playing the same quest, but we all get a different viewpoint on it, I feel. It's just so good. It's so good. Just do it.
Yeah, I do like looking through the pictures. Some of them have came out
Oh,
brilliantly.
some of them are so good. Like, as much as I think it's hilarious mid-battle, probably taking selfie, like, there's sometimes it captures it better than you can even just sit playing around out the HUD and taking a screenshot. It's really good. And then Ignis is
It's a
cooking.
weird game though.
No, it's a real life. When you play Mass Effect, you're not finished Mass Effect. As soon as you finish Mass Effect, you'll realise it's a way of life as well. I have to ask, are you playing as Broship or Friendship?
Broship. I think though, because he's... I did, I said
Oh, I
Broship.
didn't say you said it. Well, A, you're wrong. B, how are you ever going to romance Garrus doing your Broship?
I got. There is definitely a bromance with Garrus.
No, you can't. You
Right.
can't have romance with Garrus.
I know. I can in my head.
Listen,
Um,
good, because Garrus is the best. I don't know.
Right. We're off topic again. We're massively off topic.
Mass Effect to go off topic. Hey!
Yes. Yes, we are indeed. So let's bring it back on track. So yeah, watch Kingsglaive because it's great, and it does give you plenty of context for actually playing the story of 15 to get you kind of familiarised with some of the stuff in it, and it is great. It's a good solid game.
10 out of 10.
Definitely recommend it. Well, we shall move on then to our final talking point for the week, which is the Iron Fist, The Last Defender, has a trailer that's dropped as well. When did that come out, Dave?
Today, I think. That's when it appeared on Netflix's YouTube. I would imagine they were the first ones to share it.
Yes.
If they're not, I'm really surprised. But yeah, no, it dropped this morning, I think. I only saw it when I sent it to you. That
I
was the first
really
time I
don't
saw
like
it.
this here. And we actually superficial, but I took one week out and I was just like, no.
Well,
That was it for me.
when this first started kind of getting confirmed that this was happening, and then they announced that, I forget his actual name, but he plays Loras Tyrell
Oh,
in Game of Thrones. You know, who is not in any way intimidating or impressive as a fighter at all at any point throughout that entire time that he's in Game of Thrones. So to look at him and go, he's going to be the lead character, he's the main guy, really? I did have that kind of initially looking at it thinking, no, that's never going to work. But since I watched the original trailer and then this one, I'm coming round on it. It's actually looking like it's going to shape up pretty well, and I'm going to forget that he played a very terrible character in Game of Thrones, and is actually quite good in this by the looks of it so far. Anyone else with me on that?
I'm not sold.
Yeah.
No.
I feel like, because I really liked the first Daredevil series, and I quite enjoyed Jessica Jones, and then I liked the second Daredevil series, and then I thought Luke Cage was okay, but as I've gone on, I found each of them less, like, not as good as the one before, if that makes sense. So now I'm coming to this and I'm thinking, I don't know if I'm being burned out of it, or it's just, it doesn't look like it's sort of treading any new ground. It just looks like it's something we've seen in, because we've got quite a few superhero TV shows. Even if you include the non-Marvel ones as well, it doesn't feel fresh or anything anymore. It's a character I've got no history with, so yeah, I'll watch it, but it's just not. It's not lighting me. It's not lighting my fist up.
The fact that it's a character that I don't know at all, I've not got any kind of preconceived notions on, because I've never heard of him until now, is actually one of the things that has me looking forward to it, because I'm not going to be as convinced that I know what's happening or anything, if you know what I mean. Like, you kind of know what you're going to get with the likes of Daredevil, because I know about him already. I've seen him him, that character in like the Spider-Man animated series, and I've seen some of the comic stuff, and then
that amazing Ben Affleck movie.
Yeah, and that as well, that I was trying not to mention. So the fact that it's a completely new character, or a character that's completely new to me, is one of the things that I'm quite looking forward to, because he's had absolutely no setup so far. It's not like Luke Cage and stuff like that, who kind of get seeded in through other things already. So I'm kind of looking forward to it in that sense.
I just don't. buy into the Marvel thing yet. This Netflix and all this. I don't know why. It just annoys me slightly. I don't know if I'm sure of what it is, but I don't know. It just didn't gel. Out of all of them, it's disappearing. I don't know why, but
The problem that the Netflix Marvel series have got, actually, most of the Marvel properties at the minute have got, is poor villains. And like the trailer hasn't shown us what he's up against or anything like that. So I'm thinking, it just didn't show enough. It showed him doing a bit of fighting, and that looks great. But what's going on? Like, who's he fighting? We don't.
It involves that weird Chinese woman.
Yeah, well,
That's been in Daredevil and. Is it
Daredevil.
Just Daredevil.
Yeah.
And that's really it so far. I think I don't even know anything about her. I don't know if her character is something from the comic books that will be actually quite important or anything like that. That's a bigger character than she seems just now. But she's obviously tied into everything in some capacity. It's just how, I do not know.
Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna watch it, but at this point, it's not like it's not something I'm desperate to see. It's not Stranger Things season 2.
Excellent.
It's a difficult one to talk about when we know nothing about the character.
It's been good having the Netflix stuff with it being kind of more focused down into, the lower level stuff where they're not saving the world. They're just dealing with, one wee bit of it and all that.
Yeah, but we need give us a strong antagonist. Like, I mean, Jessica Jones had was it the Purple Man in David Tennant, and I quite liked him, even if he was a bit too Doctor Who. He was definitely channeling his Doctor Who at some points in that, but it was still an interesting villain. But like, I can't really remember. I've only seen Daredevil once, the series through once. I can't really remember who the bad guy in that was. The bad guys in Luke Cage were pretty poor. Like, the first half of the series, the villain, forget his name now. Something Mouth?
Yeah.
Cottonmouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was better than the villain in the second half that came along to be the overarching villain. I just think they nail their heroes, but they just need to up their villains for me to, stick to it, to still be interested next year. Because, this is obviously leading up to the Defenders, and at this point, I can take it or leave it.
Yeah.
But that's just me. I know a lot of people are huge fans of it, so, yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got to say on it.
So is it, just jumping off that point, do you watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or do you still watch that?
I did up until we're on season 4 now.
I've no idea.
I got halfway through a season and it took a sort of mid-season break, and then when it came back I never got back on board, so I'm about 18 episodes behind. But that's another one that's sort of, that one's so up and down in quality that, my time is limited at the minute, and I'd rather be playing games that I miss like Mass Effect than watching programs that are only good for half the amount of time they're on the TV.
Yeah. But Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D's one of the... I fell off a lot of the superhero TV shows. I fell off all of the DC ones completely.
Yeah, I couldn't get into them either.
I enjoyed Arrow to begin with, and I enjoyed Flash as well. But going back to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., more importantly, since that's Marvel, that's more related, I just get fed up with the kind of the crappy, let's go round and round in circles and keep repeating stuff.
Yeah.
The storylines and things like that just kept going back to the same things, and you're like, just...
It doesn't seem very new with them, because it always seems that they're trying to weave it in with some other character or another. As you said, it's very repetitive, and in the films you can just about tolerate it with constant programs, because obviously it's just too long.
I think maybe we're finally getting to that point now where it's sort of like we're bored. superheroes have been this massive thing on TV and movies for the past sort of, got to be 7-8 years now, if not longer. And I think I've got to the point where it's oversaturated. I've seen enough now. Like, I'm excited for Guardians, but I'm not even that interested. I'm not even that fussed for the next Avengers like I was for the first one. Or even Spider-Man, that's out next year as well. Again, I'm not. I think I'm just done with it all. I will still watch them, but I don't get as excited anymore because it's not new, it's not fresh. It's something we see every 5 months. There's another one.
Yeah, they've not started to diversify enough yet.
No, it's all
to kind of keep that interest going beyond. Yeah, I'll watch them because I enjoy them, even though I'm not that excited about them. In the same way, like you were mentioning, Dave.
My biggest worry is that that's what they're going to turn Star Wars into. If we're going to get, I know if we're going to get, because it's not going to be long until they start pumping out 2 Star Wars films a year. You watch, and then we're going to have that problem. But yeah, I don't know. I'll watch it. We'll wait and see.
Yeah, but I mean, the other worry I have, apart from they're not diversifying enough into different things, is that they're going to start retreading old ground, which is why I completely bounced off the latest season of Flash.
I think they've already kind of outlined that with go between films and the programmes. Everything feels like the same kind of premise. It's an underdog, there's a baddie, there's an uprising, there's a realisation. I kind of feel what you're saying about the poor guy introduction. Like, I'm the rich guy, but I'm the poor guy, and I was lost, and I'll come back. And you'll be like, oh, well, that's the new station.
Oh, that's Batman.
Yeah, it's like there's nothing on
it's
it.
Cookie cutter. That's what they called it.
But yeah, I completely bounced off Flash, the latest season of that, because the storylines revolved entirely around him making the same mistake again. And we've done this 4 times already, and the first couple were done differently enough that you're like, right, okay, I can see why those kind of things happened. They made sense well enough within the context of what was happening, even though it did boil down to, if you would just fucking listen. But the last time it did it, I was just like, no, I'm not doing it again. Just fuck off. If you're gonna be that stupid, go die.
Wow.
I'm not bothered about him anymore. You know what I mean? Like, to that extent where you're like, you stop someone jumping off a cliff 4 times, and then you go, do you know what? Just do it. I'm done with you. Just go. Get it over with.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's how annoyed I was because I enjoyed it so much up till that point, and then
that sums up my whole Marvel experience to be honest in the past 3 years. It's just put it in a box and set it right and then done.
You watch though, the next time a Marvel film comes out and we've watched it and we'll do a podcast and we'll be like, oh, that was really good, wasn't it? Yeah. It's the interim time that I'm really down on it. You watch. I'll have completely changed my mind in 6 months.
Well, we've got, a month to go until Logan comes out and we'll all be raving about that over the month.
Well, that's different because I for some reason, when it comes to X-Men, I forgive all. Like, Apocalypse was a bad film. Still seen it about 6 times.
Really? 6 times?
It's just an easy film to stick on and watch. Really? Days of Future Past was a damn good film, but, yeah, anyway.
Days of Future Past is an excellent film, and Apocalypse could have been, but they just ruined it for me. I enjoyed watching it the first time, but it doesn't take more than 5 minutes of thinking about it to go, yeah, that wasn't great.
I know,
that could have been a lot
proper
better.
shite. It was shite.
They could have split that into 2 separate films if they'd been smarter about it.
Right, because Logan's coming, and we all know that's going to be the film of the year. Probably. Maybe. Yeah,
well, I think Logan's different because Hugh Jackman's earned this. He's done Wolverine films, how many has he done? 8?
Who knows, there's 9 or 8.
Yeah, there's the 3 original X-Men films.
Then the 3 new ones. And then there was 2 spin-offs.
Yeah.
So that's 6, 7, 8. So this is his 9th? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's fair to say he's earned this because in all of those films he's consistently been the best thing in them, even if they've been crap.
Well, I mean, to be fair, First Class, he's only in it for like 5 minutes, but still.
It's one of the best moments in the film, though.
Exactly.
You can't take that away from him. It's great. Fuck off. That's all you can do. You know, you can't argue with that. That's a good moment. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, I think we've blabbered on enough for this week and this week's podcast. So we'll probably wrap up there unless anyone's got anything else to say.
No, I think that's 55 minutes of bollocks. So
yeah. All right, but well, if listeners, if you want to go away and watch those trailers, if you haven't done so, let us know what you think. You can tweet at us at outoflivespod, or you can email podcast@outoflives.net, and of course check out the website outoflives.net. There's plenty of stuff been going up recently, which has been good. Also, there's the On the Test. They talked about Wildlands, the Ghost Recon beta that happened last weekend. So they talked
this weekend just gone, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. They
I finished yesterday.
For half an hour. That's a good chat. I enjoyed listening to that, so give that a listen too. And then join us next week for another Out of Lives podcast. Yeah. Bye.
You don't have to.
I mean,
No, you do. You absolutely have to.
if you don't, I'll find you on Twitter and shit, Abby. That's my favorite to do.
I'll hunt you down and kill you.
You're in tune to Out of Lives. www.outoflives.net.
You can't handle the truth.